Welcome back to Happy Hour with Heather and Guest. I'm that other dude, Andrew, and as always, I'm joined by Heather.
Hello.
And today we have a special episode because 2 weeks ago I was in Chicago with Heather, and we went to the Cobra Lounge to go see War on Women, Slomosa, and Helmet put on one heck of a show.
Yeah. And I'd never been to the Cobra Lounge before. So I was excited to go there because I really didn't know what to expect. And I was very pleasantly surprised. I really, really like that venue. It's a smaller venue. And I really like how they have it set up because you just walk through the front door and then the merch tables are right there. And then the bar goes all the way across the room. And then there's another room you go into where the stage is, and you can watch the show, or else you can go out by the bar. And then there's another room that you go into where you can sit and eat food. So I liked that setup. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's smaller, so it's easy to get around, easy to find the bathrooms. And it was a really chill vibe, and everyone there was just super nice.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun part of the trip. I really liked the venue. Um, and as you had pointed out, there are a lot of very large people in Chicago. So I felt like I was on the small side. But yeah, it was very, very welcome. There was a camaraderie there that I like. That's part of the scene, really. So
Yeah.
that was cool. Yeah, we showed up um, and got pretty good seats, or not seats, but we were standing in toward the stage when War on Women went on. What were your thoughts about War on Women?
Oh, yeah, really great. Great band. I started following them a while ago on social media, and this is the first time I'd ever seen them live. I just like what they stand for, and I thought they were great. Lots of energy. It was it was fun because I was thinking to myself that, the lead singer, Shauna, I was thinking, wow, she's really getting a workout up there because she's dancing and doing high kicks and waving her hair all over the place and just having a great, great time. And it looked like they were just having a blast up there. And their music is real high energy, and it was super fun. I really like them a lot.
Yeah, when we so I saw on Instagram, I think I saw that there was a promotion for Helmet's Helmet. It was the 30th anniversary of their album Betty, so they were going to be touring in support of that. And I saw that Slomosa was going to be on the tour with them. So that was the impetus for me contacting you and suggesting we go see Helmet and Slomosa. Um, I wasn't even aware of War on Women, so going into it, I had a very clean slate for them. It was sort of like, this is going to be fun regardless, because I really am looking forward to seeing Slomosa and Helmet. And War on Women were fantastic. Like, I really liked the music. What was also cool was enough people had showed up by the time they went on stage, so it wasn't like, I feel like a lot of times people just show up for the headliner, so it's like an empty. But there were plenty of people there, and you're right. Shauna looked like she was definitely getting a workout. She had a very cool banter because she was whipping her hair around, and she was right near the front of the stage, and I think she might have gotten one of the patrons, and she warned him. She was like, "You're in the splash zone," but don't worry because I washed my hair. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And yeah, the I'd heard their music before just to sort of see what it was about because I knew I'd be seeing them. Um, and I liked the music, but seeing it live was a completely different thing. You know, there were a lot of really cool riffs that I got into, um, and there's a ferocity when they play it live that's just hard to capture. Um, Now, the only thing I didn't really like so much was that the sound mix was a little too high for me because I could feel like the whenever the bass drum hit, I could feel it in my chest. So eventually, we actually moved back in the room and then outside later on. But otherwise, I thought the performances were all great. Um, One Woman did
Yeah.
a phenomenal job. I definitely recommend checking them out.
Yeah. And it was funny too when she said, we didn't really mean to put our drummer where the drummer was sitting on stage because it was way off to the side. And she was saying, we didn't mean to put our drummer all the way over there, but it was kind of the way that the stage was set up. So I thought that
Yeah,
was funny.
yeah. I think all of Helmet's gear had been loaded in and was taking the like where the drums were taking up the back of the stage. So
Yeah.
instead of putting the drummer behind the band, they all had to be lined up horizontally. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that did provide for a really interesting visual.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually put headphones in, which lots of times when I go to shows, I know I should wear them more often, but typically I don't lots of times um, you know, but this was so loud because it's a kind of a small room and it was so loud that I actually did put earplugs in. So I thought the sound, like what you said, I think it could have been, toned down just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that it didn't take away anything from how good the music was. It just for me personally, I just needed to move out of the room because it was
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
But Warren Women, I definitely recommend checking them out if you're not familiar with their music. They're originally from Baltimore, I believe, um,
Yeah.
and definitely worth adding to your playlist.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, they went on, and then there was probably like a 10-minute break, I would say, um, and then Slomosa took the stage. Now we've reviewed their music before on the show,
Yeah.
and then they were playing in Charleston a few months ago when I was there, um, and I think they were playing with I'm forgetting the name, Alkaline Trio. I think they opened for Alkaline Trio. Um, so I had thought about going to see them, but I ended up not. So this was like a really wonderful chance to finally see them play live. Um, yeah. So what were your thoughts about Slomosa?
Oh, they were excellent. And I thought it was really cool that they hooked up with Helmet, another really cool band. I thought they were phenomenal. They're from Norway, all the way over here from Norway. And really, they did a lot of the songs that they did, I recognized and I thought were really great. They had great banter also with the crowd. They looked like they were having a blast up there, you know, and it seems like as a band, they gel together really, really, really well. And that really comes across when they play. And I just thought they were great.
yeah, this was sort of like finally I had the opportunity to see them play live. And yeah, I was the the lead singer being from Norway. I'm guessing English is not his first language, but he had a really wonderful rapport with the crowd. He was cracking jokes. Um, he talked about how in the Midwest there's always someone in the audience who yells out "fuck yeah." Um, so he was wondering where the "fuck yeah" guy was. Um, and yeah, it was just really. Again, they did look like they were having a lot of fun. Um, when they finished playing, the audience was demanding like an encore, and the lead singer took the mic and said, "Guys, we're just an opening act." So yeah, it was really cool to see War on Women kick things off with such a powerful performance, and then Slomosa come in and be really funny. Um, and yeah, just hearing all those songs live really was a phenomenal experience. Um,
Yeah.
and then, last but not least, of course, Helmet came on.
Yeah. And I had seen Helmet before I saw them. I saw them open up for Clutch, and that was a phenomenal show. So I knew they were going to be excellent live. And they were. they they were, and they not only did they do their album Betty because it was the anniversary, but they also did songs from some of their other albums too. So I thought that was really cool. And oh my goodness, their timing is just perfect. They're a really great band to see live. Just they they're just such professionals, and they know music so well. And like I said, their timing is just perfect. Their sound was perfect. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was cool because I would agree with everything you said. Um, and they played a lot of some of the songs they played. I'd been hoping, sometimes you know that they're going to play the hits, but sometimes like you may not get a deeper cut off of an album that you really like. But they played all the songs I'd wanted them to play from Meantime. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, they played all of Betty, which was great. Um, we actually didn't stay the entire time, but I think we probably left around 11:30. I would say. My guess is they probably played for like another half an hour. Um, but yeah, it was like the perfect amount of time. Um, and then the other cool things were the band members. A lot of the band members were running the merch table, so we got to you bought one of the Slomosa albums from the drummer.
Yeah.
Or oh no, you wanted to buy one from the drummer, but they were getting more of them. They were out. So
Right.
then after the set, the lead singer was there with. So this was great. So Heather bought an album and got it signed by the lead singer, and I spotted the drummer going into the back room, so I knew he'd come back. So I stopped him and asked him if he would sign the album, and we locked eyes from across the room, and I could tell the look on his face was, "Oh Jesus, what does this guy want?" But he was great. He when I just asked him would he sign the record, he had a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Um,
They were really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're on the precipice of really blowing up. Um,
I think so too.
I'm glad that we've been there on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, War on Women, I feel, is the same. They are in more of a punk type, music, but still, you got one of their vinyls as well, signed
Yeah.
by the lead
Yeah.
singer. So
Yeah.
that was
Yep.
very cool. I think the tour, this is the last day, around now is the last day of the tour. So I'm not sure if you're going to get a chance to see the three of them play together, but you should definitely check out their music. Helmet's got a bunch of albums that are really good. I think Slomosa just put out their sophomore album,
And
and
it's really good.
yeah, and One Women have like two or three. So
Yeah. Yeah. And More on Women, they have that punk, like you said, that more of a punk and that punk attitude. And I love I love the message that they have, and they're kind of anti-establishment, uh, current, you know, things that are happening, current events, which I think it's a good message to have.
yeah, this was my favorite part of the trip. Um, was going to see these bands play, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was really a cool venue. Very much a comfort to be amongst people who just like the music, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and those are I love going to smaller venues like that, dive bars. I feel like if you're going to see bands in places like that, you're kind of serious about music, and you're kind of serious about going to see live music. And the whole crowd, that it was just like I said, these are my people, uh, and everyone there really appreciated the music, and that was great to see.
Yeah, if you're in Chicago and you get a chance to go by the Cobra Lounge, you definitely should check it out. It's a really cool
Yeah,
venue. I'm glad that this was where we ended up seeing these bands.
yeah,
So support the venue, these bands. Um, yeah, the underground. I mean, the underground is a great place.
it is. Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
that it would be cool if they toured again.
yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would be great.
But yeah, but
And
this was
I'm hoping that more bands from across the pond, are able to come this way. That would be great.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Slomosa hopefully was the first that we've seen, but not the last.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch some more shows in the future, and
Of course,
you know, talk about more great bands and more great shows.
absolutely. Well, check out War on Women, Slomosa, and Helmet. Support the Cobra Lounge. Go there if you're in Chicago. And we, of course, will be back in a few weeks to talk Jackal's Feast and Icatan and more, who all
Yeah.
have albums that have either come out or are coming out. And if you would like us to review your music, just reach out. Well, thank you, Heather.
Thank you.